I think the first time we ever met was in LA shooting Racks. And
was it?
Yeah. Pretty sure that was the first time we actually met in person. Like we talked before, but that was actually the first time.
And you were there, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, and I didn't plan it at all. I was like, oh, can you just come and like figure it out?
Toronto-born Eva Shaw is known for her wide range of talents, including music production, composition, songwriting, directing and producing music videos, as well as owning her own independent record label, Mad Fatty. Eva's endeavors continue to disrupt the notion of genres as she presents a sound that is uniquely cross-pollinated and discernibly her own. Her fans love her wild and unapologetic approach to art, and with hundreds of millions of streams to her name, it is no surprise that Eva has been recognized as a Billboard #1 charting artist.
The E part comes first, so there's like the breakdown, and there's like the kind of like ethereal type of voice.
Yeah.
Something like very like reverby, and then he comes in after like, and then there's like the build. When I just started my label in the city, I just started reaching out to people I thought were like cool, basically, and I didn't have any kind of plan. I was just like, okay, I hear your voice. I think this would be cool on this beat. And then I think you guys would be cool together. And I just started kind of in my head, like putting it together artistically, like what I thought would sound good sonically. And without thinking like, oh, does this person like this person or do they get along or whatever?
Let the fans pick the music, you know? Sometimes they gotta let you just drop a few songs, not so organized. Oh yeah, we like this song. No, it's not about you. You're not the reason why you signed me. You know those ones you signed me because you seen the reaction from the fans, what I was doing. So don't come here and tell me about, oh yeah, we like this. No, I don't care what you guys like. You guys are not buying the music. You guys are putting money in my pocket and fucking putting money for the people them to cop so you could get your recuperation and all that.
That's why we started Mad Fatty. So Wilder and I have our label because we were like so sick of like you signed me because you liked something I did. Now you're trying to change it. Mad Fatty is basically a music production company / record label that I started with Wouter Jansen from Showtech. So he does like more EDM stuff. I also have an EDM background. He has experience with like record labels and stuff. So we have a distribution company that we work with where we like put all the music out. But Mad Fatty at its core is kind of like we basically just make the music and put the content out. And that's kind of like our strength, I guess, is as a label, but it's more than just a label because we make music as well. So
you got it? You have more, right? Or no?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to do something else, but I don't know. It's good.
I think you need another part after that, though.
It's been recording me a lot singing because I'm trying to like figure out. I don't want to do like full songs, but I want to like be able to kind of like add stuff.
Right. Yeah. I feel you.
So I don't always have to get somebody to do like a hook or something.
Right. Yeah. You just do yourself. Yeah.
So I can either sing really high and I can sound like a little kid.
Yeah.
Or I can sing like low, like T-Bot. I've never really sang before.
Right,
like I'm usually just singing beats, and then now I'm trying to sing, so I'm like I haven't figured out what my thing is yet. Yeah. So, I mean, I think people don't think that the producer is going to be doing vocals, so they're so used to me just on the beat the whole time. They're like, "Oh wow, that's you as well." Which is funny because most of the time, if people don't know I'm a producer, they assume I'm a singer because I'm a girl. And there's not as many female producers. So like I have both sides, like people thinking I'm only a singer. And then I'm like, before I sang, people would say, oh, can you like drop a verse on my track? And I'm like, wait, where have you ever heard me sing? I started it mostly because I had tracks that were kind of like half complete or like I had a bunch of verses and like no hook. Because I feel like people find it harder to write hooks and I like writing hooks and it comes to me more easily. And normally I would kind of like cut up maybe a verse or something that a rapper said and like turn that into the hook. But sometimes you can't do that. Like it doesn't always work. So I would just kind of start thinking of things myself like, oh, maybe I can sing this. And then I tried like pitching my voice and I just tried like playing around with my own voice. And I'm like, hey, I actually sound like kind of cool on some tracks. So it kind of stuck. And like now I feel like my next album is going to keep going more that direction of me like doing vocals and stuff.
Shit doesn't stop unless you stop.
I mean, you gotta use it to your advantage.
Yeah, exactly. But I know you can't just stop.
Yeah.
You can't just disappear. Well, fuck it, I'm gonna take a year break and come back.
No. I feel like Toronto has grown intense, like it's grown so much. So it's not just me. I think it's also Toronto's grown, which has made me in turn like more interested in being here more. I definitely think like when I was little, like a little kid, it was not as interesting as an artist. And now there's like another level to it. Like since Drake's success and like The Weeknd and Bieber and all these people like the last few years, like the last 10 years, basically, it just like opened up so many doors. And for me, like now I'm more excited to be back here. Like those artists really, I think, paved the way for a lot of other people.
I have a ton of mentors
this
who
is
were
how
telling
it should go,
me,
I guess.
or years ago when I was telling them about like me wanting to do house music and all this shit, they would tell me, just make trap music, and then when you pop off from the trap music, you know, you drop your house music after.
Mine's the exact opposite.
You know, and I was kind of like, as much as it makes sense, because like, you know, you want to be a part of, you know, the rap community in your city or whatever, right? But I just kind of, because I love making house music, I didn't want to start making trap music and people become associated and so locked in with my trap music. You know what I'm saying? And then when I start making house music, they're like, oh, I don't want that shit. I want your trap music, you know?
Noah just being like a DJ and kind of like doing electronic music as well and understanding house music, he's kind of been merging EDM and hip hop already, and I think that kind of inspired me a lot as well, to feel like I don't have to stick to one genre, that like you can still do hip hop and dance music at the same time, and I think that's like important to realize. Wait, actually, I've always loved like club hip hop. Like I have like a soft spot for like Nelly and like NERD and like Snoop stuff, like all that kind of. I like party rap as well a lot. Like Ludacris and stuff. Like I mean, like all the 2000s rap. Like I'm just like a big fan of that, and even the R&B too as well. Actually, really like a lot of that. Yeah, and Timberland and stuff, like Missy, like I love that stuff.
So we have Ava Shaw, Molly Sways.
Yeah, you gotta give me a tag too.
Come on.
Give me a new tag.
Hey, come on.
Because everybody thinks Pressa is me.
Why?
My tag?
Oh, because why? I don't get
They
it.
think it's me doing the vocal, but it's Pressa. He even thought that.
Which one? On the Pressa song?
On all my tracks.
I hear his voice. I know Pressa's voice.
I know, but everyone thinks it's me.
Yeah? Huh?
It's crazy.
Okay, let me hear. Give me the example. Okay. Play this thing right now. Let me hear it.
Outside nigga, outside with it.
Okay.
Yeah, play that.
Bitch, I got that little pack shot shit. Outside nigga, outside with it. Bitch, I got that little pack shot shit.
Just came out.
I'm telling you, I know who's good on. I know who's gonna be good on each beat. I just know it.
Just your vibe. I just want to hear me in this key. I want to just like a quick. That's like a good little hook, but I feel like I want to go more. But
Yeah,
run it back.
All I know is juke and finesse. I come from West, bro. You run the strip like a retest. I hate a million, nothing less. And if you get the plan with my money, you get left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm a G, rockin' a joker. Gasoline, I turn it to joker. Burn it up, bitch, I'm a broker. Niggas broker. Poker face, I want a poker. Menage, I want a Doja Cat. Pose and Doja, fuck on the yoga mat. These niggas vultures, I want my culture back. Mojo back.
Eva always says, I send one beat to the artist and then they go on it.
Yeah,
and you say,
I send one.
Yeah. And you're like, I'm going to do one verse on this, and then you nail it right away.
Yeah. I don't know if it was one verse. It was one verse.
That's like crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm always like, but that's what the Riff Raff was saying.
Yeah.
Because I like, if they ask me to send a beat, I'm like, I usually, not just one, that's an exaggeration. I usually send like a couple.
No,
but I like make sure that it's like right for them first before I send it.
Hard.
Careful. Yeah, please.
So like if you said it again.
Oh, Danny? What's wrong with him? Nigga, what's wrong with him? I'm gonna make a song with him.
Yeah, that's so hard. Like we should just
yeah.
record more stuff and then we can like.
See what happens.
Oh my god, that's a lot of votes.
Want to start all over? All right.
Dirty money, just mixing it up. I'm mixing it up with these niggas, they suck. Niggas, they suck. Mixing it up. I like to my bitch that I'm kicking the cup. Push after that. They suck. Niggas, they suck. Mixing it up. I like to my bitch that I'm kicking the cup. Let's go. Mixing it up. I like to my bitch that I'm kicking the cup.
I mean, I think some rappers are used to having like a producer that they kind of like tell what to do or like kind of navigate the song with them to produce it for them, and they're more in the background. Whereas I think when they work with me, they also kind of look to me for my artistic opinion because I'm also an artist. So there's like another level of like, I guess I would say I'm not just a beat maker. Like I'm a traditional producer as well and an artist. So I have like multiple hats and my brain just works in like all aspects. Like I'm thinking of the music video. I'm thinking of like radio playlisting when we're making the song, like what is the purpose of the song? And while we're actually making it, I just want to have fun. But like, I definitely have that like business mind afterwards, like what are we doing with this? Why are we doing it? And then you can kind of like filter out what songs you're going to do, which songs you're not going to do. So I think people probably think of me as like an artist as well. So that may make them want to work with me, or it may make them not want to work with me as well, because they don't want to deal with my opinion as well sometimes, maybe, you know? You have to look at each song differently. Yeah. And I think some producers like have the same approach to every single song and then everything sounds the same. And I'm like, well, it's also the feeling, like music is feeling. So if you have a song like Compton, like lyrically and stuff, like the whole track is like an aggressive track. So that's how I'm approaching the music as well. Like you can't just have certain rules like all the time, because it depends like on the production and it depends on the person you're working with and, you know, like how you want it to feel, you know?
All I know is being hey, she fucked up, she think I need her. Flip a point, I love her, I leave her. Set me on a Jeep and that's a beater. Sipping Casamigo by the liter.
I think the next album is going to be like more hip hop and kind of, I would say like poppy a little bit more. a little bit more mainstream. I think the first album was like pretty aggressive and experimental. And this one, there's going to be some more like tracks that I could see like, you know, being on TikTok and stuff, like kids liking it, and a little bit more mainstream. But because I like that stuff too. It's not like I only like the underground stuff. Like I do like a good pop song. It just has to be like the right type. And I'm like super picky with it. But yeah, it's just like a little more poppy because I sound like a little kid when I sing, and it's kind of cool. Like I thought it was my whole life. I thought I could never be a singer because I sound too like, I thought I sounded dumb, like just like I'm 8 years old or something. And then now I'm like, actually, it kind of works. Like if you do it properly, it's cool. I think my DJ sets are always going to be EDM based, but I'm making like my own like mashups and stuff of my own tracks. So like I play very aggressively, like aggressive EDM, like more than my hype hop stuff. Like it'll be like a proper like hard drop, which I don't really produce that much. So I think sometimes people are like confused because like they expect my, like if you've only heard my productions and then you go to my show, you'd be like, oh my God, this is way crazier than what I expected. But I just kind of like, I mash it up to make it for the like big room. But I still play my own tracks, but I think ideally what it would be kind of like, I'm doing the EDM thing, but then I'll kind of like stop once in a while and have like a live performance with like a rapper or something that I'm working with, and kind of like stop the music and then play like the track and then go back to my EDM set. I mean, I kind of got the idea from the Chainsmokers because like when they started having a lot of like softer type of pop songs and singing and stuff, and I was curious like how their live show would be. So I went to go see them at, I think it was like iHeart or something. And I know they made mashups of all their tracks. So they'd have like a soft like breakdown and be singing, and then like they would mash it up into this like crazy hard drop. And I'm like, yeah, that's how you do it. Like there's no reason that you have to only produce hard music. You can make pop songs, you can make hip hop, you can make whatever you want, and then like translate that to the stage. But you have to come see my show if you want to see how it's done. That's it.
Yeah, I be in the party with my friends, rolling with my niggas, I make grunge. Off as any baby, I don't say too much. Let's go. Only making music with the eins. Take a molly, now I'm in a rush. Let's go. With a shorty and she really wanna touch. Feel like Kobe, I be hitting in the clutch. Tell her shorty, baby, I don't want the love. Love it how they talking to me nice. You can only see me in the night. They can see the vision when I write. I be on a mission with the guys. Damn, I'm pushing the white. Getting money, baby, that is what I like. With this pretty lady, she be on a ride. Other shorties really trying to kill the vibe. Only making music with the minds. Only making music with the minds. Only making music with the minds. Take a molly, now I'm in a rush.
I feel like it's the second, like Solo was the first one because it's like independent and self-explanatory. On the DAW is like, hey, if you didn't realize it by now, I'm a producer. Like, this is what it is. Just kind of like further getting into it. But yeah, I don't even, somebody was asking me the other day, like, what's like the theme of like of On the DAW? Like, what's it gonna be? Like, what's the angle? He said. I was like, do you have to have an angle all the time? Like, can't you just drop an album and be like, this is like what I'm doing right now?